Today we're talking about no refusal weekends and the fact that cops in Florida cannot, as of April 2019, get a search warrant to draw your blood in a misdemeanor DUI. I've gotten a few DMs on the gram from people asking questions about blood draws in Florida. I knew I was going to address the topic, but then today I saw a Facebook post by a Florida attorney that was concerned about blood draws and violation of rights. We need to address the issue. Well, in Florida, the cops cannot draw your blood or force you to give blood by way of search warrant unless it's a felony DUI. And that's no short order. In order to be a felony DUI, you've got to meet a couple different criteria. Either you have to have a third or fourth DUI, or you have to have serious bodily injury or death resulted in your current DUI. Those are the only real circumstances in which you're going to get a felony DUI. There may be some off-the-wall shot there, but I don't think so. I think that's going to be primarily it. So if those two circumstances, it's not multiple DUI offenses and it's not serious bodily injury or death, there should be no search warrant concern. Here's why Florida's different than all the other states. You see, they tried to do a no refusal weekend in Brevard County years ago, and they had a cop doing it. He was a good DUI cop. He was calling in, he was doing the warrants via Skype. And one of the local defense attorneys here in Central Florida challenged it and took it all the way up to the Supreme Court in Florida. And the argument there in the Supreme Court wasn't that it was unconstitutional from the standpoint of a search warrant or anything like that. It all came down to statutory construction. In order to get a search warrant for a misdemeanor in Florida, the property must be used as a means to commit the crime. That's it. So if the property is not used as a means to commit the actual crime, you can't obtain a search warrant for it. Now, the felony rule is a lot more broad. Under the felony rule, any property that constitutes evidence relevant to proving that a felony has been committed, much more broad. Whereas the misdemeanor has to be used as a means to commit the crime itself. Well, this went up before oral arguments for the Florida Supreme Court. The Attorney General argued that the blood flowing through your veins was actually the means, and that was the property and the means of a DUI. Defense argued the other way. The Florida Supreme Court ruled with the defense, and so therefore, due to that narrow statutory construction, we don't have misdemeanor blood draws in Florida. That could change in any time with the wiping of a pen through the legislature. If you find yourself in the situation where you've been involved in a traffic crash and the cops request you take a blood draw, you're not comfortable with it, and you say no, but they threaten you with a warrant, stick to your guns and say no. They're not going to be able to get that search warrant if it's a misdemeanor DUI. I'll put a link to the statute down below as well as a link to the opinion, and if I can find a video of the arguments, the oral arguments taking place at the Florida Supreme Court, I'll post those as well. Hit it hard, guys. Find me on Instagram. Check me out on Facebook.